Writing major scales using the line diagram method. What you need to know for writing scales with this method includes names of the notes in treble and bass clefs, how to construct the line diagram. If you don't remember how to do that, you should see the other video on constructing the line diagram. And notation conventions, again, refer to other video. Just to refresh your memory, here is the line diagram. If you don't have this available or remember how to construct it, you can just pause this right now and copy this down. This will be helpful. Okay, so here are the steps in writing major scales. First of all, the first thing you do is draw the keynote. That's the name of the scale that you're writing. You're going to write it in its lowest position, so that's in its lowest octave on the scale so that you have room to write up another octave. If the keynote has a flat or a sharp beside it, then you need to put that on the staff as well. So if you're doing a C sharp major scale, and put that sharp sign right beside the note on the staff. Step 2, draw the notes on each line in space until you reach the next occurrence of the keynote. You should at this point have a total of 8 notes on your staff. Step 3, consult the line diagram, determine which notes are sharp or flat. Step 4, draw the flats or sharps next to the appropriate notes in the scale. Okay, let's look at an example. This is D flat major. So step 1 is to draw the note. So we're going to draw our D in its lowest occurrence. So that's the lowest D there. And we're going to add the flat because it is a D flat scale. So we're going to draw that D flat right now. Step 2 is to draw the notes on each line or space until we reach the next occurrence of the keynote. When you're doing this, make sure that you leave space in between each note so that you can write a sharp or flat if you need to do that in the next step. And there we're back at the keynote. Step 3 is to consult the line diagram to determine which notes are flat or sharp. So we're doing the key of D flat major, and so what you need to do is find D flat on the line diagram. D flat is here. Now you notice there are other Ds, but neither of those are D flat. This is a D sharp, that's just D natural. This is the only D flat. There's only one of each note on the line diagram. So you make sure you find that right one. So under D flat, now you want to look at the number. The number is 5. That tells you that there are 5 flats in D flat major. Now we refer to the arrows and we take our flats. So starting with B flat, we can count 5 flats. So B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. And then the final step is, of course, to attach those flats to the notes in the scale. So we're going to add our B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. Now we're done. Now if you look at this and you count, you actually see that there are 6 flats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's because we had the first note, the D flat, appears twice in the scale because it's the scale note, or the keynote. So this is the reason that we drew that flat next to the keynote at the beginning, so that when we got to the end we would get the second D flat. Okay, we're going to try another example here. Let's do B major. So we're going to start off with step 1, which is to draw a B. And in this case you could choose either this B here, or you could choose the B that's down below the staff here. It doesn't really matter because there's lots of space either way. Now there's no accidental beside B, so we don't have to do anything else to the keynote. Our next step will be to draw our notes until we get to the next B. C, D, E. Remember, you're always going to leave space in between them so that you have enough room to draw an accidental if necessary. Okay, next step, we want to consult the line diagram and find out what notes are sharp or flat. So we find B. So that's B flat, and here we have B. Again, B sharp is no good, we need to have the B. So B has 5 sharps. We're on the sharp side. This is the sharp side, this is the flat side. So we're on the sharp side, so we want the first 5 sharps, and that's where it starts, where the green letters are there. So we have F, C, G, D, A, and E. One too many. F, C, G, D, and A. And we simply then go back and we add those sharps in. So F, C, G, D, and A. And it's important to remember where you place those sharps, that they're exactly on the same line or space as the note to which they're attached, exactly at 9 o'clock to the note. And that's our scale done. Okay, let's try an example in bass clef. Let's try E flat major. Remember, it's important that you know both your treble and your bass clef, because you'll get questions on both of those on your exams. Okay, so step one is we're going to draw an E flat. So we're going to go down to the bottom here. You could choose the octave above in this case, but it's up to you. But I'll go at the bottom. So that's step one. Notice I'm putting the flat in right away because there's going to be two occurrences of E flat, and I want to make sure I get the flats beside both of them. So if there's a flat in the name, put it there right away. Okay, step two, draw my notes going up to the next E. Make sure you leave space in between each note so that you have room for an accidental and to be placed properly. Okay, step three, consult the line diagram. Find E flat. Here's E flat. E flat has three flats. Remember that our flats, we start here from the B and we go to the left. So it's the first three, B, E, and A. So we're going to put those in. So we have B flat, E flat, and A flat. And then we're done. Okay, we'll do one last example in bass clef. This time we'll do F major. Step one, you're going to draw your note, scale note, which is F. And there's no accidental in F major right there, so we just don't have to do anything else. Next step, we're going to draw our notes, leaving space in between each one. That's always important, until we get to the next occurrence of the note F. And again, you should have 8 notes there. Next, we consult our line diagram, and here's F, and F has one flat. Now, make sure, I know a lot of people make this mistake because they'll put the wrong flat here and they'll put F down as a flat. The first flat is B flat right here. Even though it's got the number 2 under it, that number 2 applies to the key of B flat. But our actual order of flats start with B flat. So it's one flat, the flat is B flat. So we're going to put that flat in. And we are done, and that's it. Hope this is helpful.